Now let's talk about the school's expectations. And we'll talk about three short ones. The first one is that you should be profitable. That is basically it. You need to be profitable. You're basically a business investment, and therefore, the cost of keeping you should be less than the revenue they make because of you. You, you need to be profitable, basically, right? So if you start to be more expensive than the money they're making, that's when some issues come in and they try to cut corners and they try to give you extra work and they try to get in a whole lot of other jobs to try and balance it out. Just keep that in mind. Now, the second one is that they need to acquire more students through marketing you. And therefore, sometimes you find that some teachers might be asked to go into certain marketing endeavors. For instance, you might have to go to certain schools to perform. You might have to go to a market square to have some activity. You may be asked to do certain things just to push out the name of the school. So that's one of the things that the schools expect you to do. And obviously, you're supposed to teach. That's why you're there. And you are most likely going to teach a whole lot of lessons. I think ideally a lot of people teach on average 7 lessons in a day. And those lessons, the time actually does vary though. Some people teach 25-minute lessons, some people teach 40-minute lessons, some people teach an hour. So it kind of varies. It's not fixed for everyone. Just know that you are required to teach, and that's just normal. I'm sure everyone understands this. Now we're going to talk about addressing administration, and this is something that usually it's a big problem for new ESL teachers, and I understand that because sometimes there's a language barrier and communication is a little difficult, and some people don't have enough experience, and some people don't understand the culture of the place enough to be able to make certain contributions and even to bargain for what they believe in and what they want. You need to, ideally, there's one mindset that you need to adapt, especially if you want to continue or go on at your workplace. You should have a yes mentality. I'm not saying you should say yes to everything, but basically you need to have like a positive outlook. That's the kind of thing your employer wants to see from you. So you need to be political about things. For instance, your boss says, we're supposed to do this particular thing. If you just jump out and say no, that sends a red flag. But then if you start to analyze it with your boss and give a political answer, okay, I think this is a good idea, but it might not work because of this and that. Then they start to look, okay, maybe he's got a better idea. So you need to be political about things and do not just expect things to change. That doesn't just happen, especially when you are new and you have not established that much credibility. You need to understand that when your boss envisions something, they want it done. As far as they know, that can be done as long as they thought about it. Unless proven wrong somehow by themselves, they think it can be done. So you need to just go with the flow sometimes. You need to sometimes just go with it until they figure something out, and then they start to listen to you if that's what you want. So, and I think it's normal. You need to understand that. Don't take this personally. Don't start feeling bad about certain things because they didn't change it. Think about it. They're the boss. It's their business. They've been doing it longer than you came. So sometimes what actually even happens is that as time goes on, people leave and people come. And then eventually those who see you as you've been here for a while before they came, they start assigning some weight to your words, and then you start to get there. So regarding administration, you need to be political and not take anything at all personally.